Hey, Aaron here, back at Fast Forward Race Cars. Hey, we're continuing on this Nova build, and I wanted to show you guys what we got done this week. We didn't get a lot done, but we did get the rear end mocked up in there, and we got the ladder bars finished. So in the video here, I'll show you a picture of the finished ladder bars, but we're also going to bring you around and show you how it's mocked up in the car. So I got my son Shane here behind the camera tonight, and come on, Shane, let's show him. All right, so there it is, man. We got the cross member made, and then the ladder bars are finished. As you can see, we had to make pockets just like I explained. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make a box. This is going to be boxed in, and this is going to be boxed in. And right now, this is the maximum height that the rear end would go up inside the car. So we'll make a box under there, and then we'll actually modify the seat frame, like I mentioned that we're going to run the back seat in this, and that's all going to be underneath the seat, which is exactly what was my plan. It's going to work out real good. One thing I got to do yet, I got to put on the safety strap, but I'll do that after I get the axles in there, and we'll get the tires and make sure that it's all squared up, and then I'll put that safety strap. I should have the axles next week, probably Monday, Tuesday. My guy Tucker over at Strange, he hooked me up, man, and he's got them coming real quick here for me, so I appreciate that. And then the next thing I want to show you, let's come around here, Shane. So how I'm going to do this is going to be the anti-roll bar. I'm going to make just some simple mounts right here off the frame rail, and my links are going to be fairly long, which I like. I hate when I have real short links. So that's going to be like that. And then as far as the shocks go, this build is going to be like an old super street car, like back in the 90s. If any of you guys remember how those cars were, most of those cars were built with the shocks going through the trunk, and that's how this one's going to be. So once this is totally squared up in there, I'll mark center for the floor, and I'll cut 4-inch holes in here for the shocks to go through, and the shocks will be up inside the trunk here, and then the top mount will be off the roll cage. So that's actually going to be the next step in this build, is the roll cage. So I'll probably start bending the cage next week. After hours at nighttime, I'll start bending that. And then once I get the cage in there, I can do that upper shock mount. And after the cage is done, man, we're all downhill with this thing. And then we'll paint it, and after that, it's mainly just assembly. So I got to pick up the pace, I think, a little bit on here. We're doing good, but my goal is to be running in like probably end of June, July. So we got to get past the roll cage. But once we do that, it's gonna come together pretty quick. All right, I'm gonna take you guys around to the other side of the car. I want to show you how I'm gonna do the track locator on this. Take a walk over here, Shane. Let's show them. So this is not going to be your typical track locator for the fact that the ladder bar is up, inside the floor like you see it. I couldn't really do it from the front eye mount diagonal because the floor. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to drop down the track locator. I'm going to make a mount off the front, but I'm going to have it hanging down maybe about this much, and it won't be no lower than the brackets on the rear end. But I'll make some tabs off the brackets here and off the anti-roll bar, and then that will be the track locator. But one other thing we're going to do is we're going to take it one step further, is we're going to make it an X. We're not going to just make it a diagonal. And the reason for that is I want it really rigid. Because if the car is, we're racing it, it's going down the track, and the car gets, out of shape, you don't want the rear end moving around. And being that it's going to be X like that, that's going to be real beneficial, for that purpose. So once we get farther along, I'll do a video on the exact details on how I'm doing that and show you guys. But that's it for as far as the track locator. But one thing I do want to mention, I want to thank everybody that's really been chiming in on this build. I mean, this car is getting a lot of following, and people are messaging me and calling me about it and asking questions. I mean, this thing is getting a following. It's becoming notorious, man. And I tell you, it's pretty cool, and we're enjoying it. And we're going to keep making the videos for you. But we're going to put this nitrous motor in here, and we're going to have it live up to the following that it's getting. Now, I'll tell you another thing too. If this motor don't do the job, I got some other motors up my sleeve. We might do a motor swap on this, so stay tuned on that. But the thing is, we're going to take this car from these videos, we're going to take it right to the track, and you guys are going to be with us. We're going to do the videos, you know, as it's, you know, put together, take it to the track, running it, and you're going to see what this thing can do. But yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked on it, and I appreciate you guys following, and we'll keep doing it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.